Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Cricket Happening show with your host Ram. And on this particular Cricket Happening show, it's going to be the second day's play in the first Test match between Bangladesh and England, where England today were bowled out for 293 with yesterday's Mehdi Hassan Miraz returning figures of 6 wickets for 80 runs on his international debut, on his Test debut. And as far as Bangladesh were concerned, Bangladesh had put up a very good show at the crease as they closed at 221 for 5. They still have another 72 runs, but the good thing is that Shakib Al Hasan is well entrenched at the crease right now. And Tamim Iqbal, as you know, he always has a very good time against the Englishmen, and he reeled off a 50. In fact, he contributed 70 odd runs, which I'll be talking about. And other than that, one saw the pattern of dismissals as far as Bangladesh is concerned. Every dismissal that was happening was just before lunch, just before tea, just before close of play, which is pretty sad, I would say. So, but all in all, I thought Bangladesh did a good job, and the English spinners weren't able to get the same amount of turn or purchase that Medius and Miraz actually got. As far as the other match was concerned today, stumps on day one. It was Pakistan who won the toss and elected to bat in Abu Dhabi in red ball cricket, and Pakistan finished off on a very, very strong note, as they definitely lost the openers pretty early, but that very, very prolific pair, and Younis Khan showed why. That he was missed in the day-night Test match, because he went on to really play with some cool demeanor, as he usually does, as he carved his 33rd Test century. At the other end, Misbah ul Haq was 90 not out, so he's also on the heels of a century, 10 runs short, and both made sure that Pakistan finished off very strongly, as they were 304 for 4. And as you know, they also have to record one thing that one would like to note is that this is the most successful pair with partnerships as far as Pakistan Test history is concerned. The reason being that this is the most number of runs that a partnership between two players have done. Even if you go into the entire top pairs for Pakistan in Test, which is a great honor, I would say, to both Misbah ul Haq and Younis Khan, as they have already added 3,156 runs in their tenure in international cricket together. So that is something which is to be really, really commended, that they have some very good understanding between each other. So we'll get to that later, but first let's head to the Test match between Bangladesh and England. England actually resuming their overnight score. As I said, England, there would have been a real test, because they virtually have no tail. But I have to say that Bangladesh did a fine job to bowl out the Englishmen for 293. Chris Wokes contributed 36 with 5 fours. Adil Rashid was pretty good with his, he has his penchant for actually playing the ball through the mid-wicket region with his customary flick. He collected a lot of runs with that, as he scored 26 with 3 boundaries. And both were victims of Tajul Islam, who actually, the left-arm spinner who could not get any wicket yesterday. But today he definitely got into the wicket-taking category. And Stuart Broad, he used the sweep shot to make 13 with 2 boundaries, as the 6th wicket was taken by the Test debutant spinner Mehdi Hassan Miraz. Batty was not out on 1 and 293 all out. I would only talk about the bowling figures of Mehdi Hassan Miraz, the debutant. 39.5 overs, 7 maidens, 80 runs and 6 wickets. Tajul Islam, 24 overs, 11 maidens, 47 runs and 2 wickets. And now Bangladesh, in their reply, they were doing well. Tamim Iqbal and Imrul Kais had started off well against the English bowlers Broad and similarly Alistair Cook actually taking the cue from the Bangladeshi captain Mushfiqur Rahim, and what he did is that instead of he gave us the new ball was actually shared between Stuart Broad and Gareth Batty, the experienced spinner, and Gareth Batty was into business there in the sense he was the one who was given the red ball, and I thought that was a good move to just check how much the ball can turn. But definitely it didn't really work as it worked for Bangladesh yesterday when Mushfiqur Rahim tossed the ball to Mehdi Hassan Miraj. But nevertheless, Tamim Iqbal and Imrul Case had added 29 runs for the first wicket when England got their first reward, and that was through the hands of Moeen Ali's spin. As Moeen Ali actually got Imrul Case with a ball that actually gripped on the pitch and went on to knock his stumps. So Imrul Case was bowled by Moeen Ali for 21 with 3 boundaries, and then Mominul Haq followed very soon, not even troubling the scorers as Moeen Ali actually had Mominul Haq actually trying to cut a delivery which actually went into the hands of Stokes. He was gone for naught, and Bangladesh were in some Bangladesh was set back by with a score on 29 for 2. After that, Mahmudullah came in to join Tamim Iqbal. Tamim Iqbal played in a very, very purposeful manner. He was really, he knew that he had a job to do. He started chiseling together a partnership in the company of Mahmudullah. And Mahmudullah, as you know, is a very compact player, but definitely we saw some very good strokes coming from Mahmudullah. But what was good about it is Tamim Iqbal and Mahmudullah, realizing that they have a long way to go, really did well to actually get the situation under control for Bangladesh by adding 90 odd runs, 90 runs for the third wicket, and that was the time when 90 runs were added. England actually took the third wicket. Now this is the problem for Bangladesh. They kept on losing wickets just before the session ends, and that's what precisely happened, as this was the handiwork of the bowler, the leggy Adil Rashid, who actually picked up the wicket of Mahmudullah, getting him caught by Root after making 38 with 3 boundaries, which made it 119 for 3. Tamim Iqbal was carrying on in a very purposeful manner, as I said, that he was not really bothered by the English bowling, and he was neatly staying at the crease, and whenever an opportunity was presenting itself, he was seeing that Tamim Iqbal was really flowing into his strokes. As Mushfiqur Rahim, the captain, joined him, and now another partnership started from 119 for 3. The score moved on to 163, with Mushfiqur Rahim really showing some real aggression as far as stroke making was concerned, as he added 44 runs along with Tamim Iqbal, and that was the time it was Ben Stokes who was the wicket taker. And once again, Mushfiqur Rahim fell just at the not it was not Mushfiqur Rahim, actually it was Gareth Batty, after a gap of many years coming into international cricket, would have been very joyous there as he picked up his first wicket. Tamim Iqbal was caught behind of the bowling of Gareth Batty, and Tamim Iqbal, as you know, he always loves the English team, no doubt about it, the English team bowling team, and that's what he precisely did today. He went out to get his 750, I would say, against England, one would probably think, and his total score was 78 with 7 fours. And then finally, just at the close of play, when Shakib Al Hasan and Mushfiqur Rahim were going well, and one thought that these two very good players from Bangladesh would be looking out for the morrow, we definitely had some problem. I mean, the light was not very good, but that was the time. It was Ben Stokes who actually capitalized with it, the lights getting a bit dim, and Mushfiqur Rahim was gone, caught by Jonathan Bairstow behind the sticks of the bowling of Stokes of 48 with 6 boundaries, with Mushfiqur Rahim really using his feet very well to the spinners, and then finally we had the night watchman Shafiur Islam walking in to shield Sabir Rahman on debut. I thought that was a good choice, as Bangladesh closed at 221 for 5, with Shakib Al Hasan not out on 31 with 3 boundaries. Shafiur Islam, the night watchman, was not out on naught, and looking at 221 for 5, so they still have 72 runs more to actually get into the lead. And the good thing for them is that Shakib Al Hasan is there at the crease. But let me tell you one thing here, that the new ball is going to be due in probably 30 minutes time tomorrow, and there'll be a real test. But the good thing for them is that Shakib Al Hasan is there at the crease, and they still have some batting to come in the form of the debutant Sabir Rahman, who is yet to face there. And also, as far as the bowling is concerned, Broad had 8 overs, 2 maidens, none for 12. Batty, 17 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 51. Bowled well. Vokes, 7 overs, 2 maidens, none for 15. It was all about the spinners today. Adil Rashid, 13 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 51. Moeen Ali bowled a good line, 19 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 66. Ben Stokes, 8 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 17. Joru, 2 overs, none for 5. So Bangladesh actually finishing off well, but as I said, the job is not yet done. They have to get into the lead, and that is what Bangladesh should be leading, because it would be Bangladesh who would be actually batting last on this pitch, and the pitch could really crumble according to me, and that could make life really worse for Bangladesh. So Bangladesh realizes that, and they have to definitely take advantage and get on to some very big total to put the pressure on the Englishmen. So that is as far as that particular match is concerned. Now we head towards West Indies versus Pakistan. We are talking about the first day's play in the second test match, which is red ball cricket after the pink ball cricket game was, day-night game was won by the Pakistanis. Today at stumps on day one, West Indies actually winning the toss Pakistan actually winning the toss here at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium here in Abu Dhabi, and without any hesitation electing to bat first. Well, the start was not good at all. In fact, Azhar Ali was the first victim, as he was snapped up. I mean, he was a victim as he got himself clean bowled, probably trying to chop one onto his stumps of the bowling of Gabriel for naught. And then we had Sami Aslam, who was really staying at the crease, but was not really doing any harm to the West Indies bowlers. Basically, he was really, the only thing that he was doing was occupying the crease. But Devendra Bishu, the spinner, was introduced, and Devendra Bishu struck it rich, I would say, as what he did is that Sami Aslam probably wanted to drive Bishu through the cover region, but in the process there was a huge gap between the bat and pad. The ball snaked in and knocked off the stumps there, and Sami Aslam was a goner, bowled by Bishu for 6, and Pakistan were in trouble after winning the toss at 42 for 2. After that, we saw Gabriel was the best bowler, no doubt about it. Not only did he bowl well with the new ball, he also came back in the afternoon and with the old ball, he definitely shown some very good reverse swing bowling and troubled all the Pakistani batsmen. Asad Shafiq came in at the fall of the second wicket, and Asad Shafiq did not waste any time. He was not really overawed by the situation, and in the company of the stalwart Younis Khan, who had returned back to Pakistan cricket, Asad Shafiq really started off in a flash. I mean, he came with a score on 29 for 2, started off, he opened his account with the boundary, and it was good to see. I mean, he was playing some very good strokes, and Asad Shafiq, as you know, is a very talented bloke. And Asad Shafiq, as I said, he started flaying the West Indian bowlers all across the park by actually hitting some very good boundaries, a cut shot, pull shots. He was driving well, and Asad Shafiq was racing along very well. Younis Khan, on the other hand, came in and he was biding his time. He took his time to really even hit his first boundary, which was absolutely necessary because Younis Khan knew that he had a role to play here, and he really buckled down to the task very well. But Asad Shafiq was the one who was really showing some very good stroke making. But then Gabriel forced Asad Shafiq to play on to his stumps, and he was gone for 68 with 7 boundaries. So Asad Shafiq was gone, and the Pakistan scored at 129 for 3 at that stage, with Misbah ul Haq, the captain, walking in to join Younis Khan. Now Younis Khan definitely, he saw that he was shuffling at the batting crease, and he got himself into quite a tangle with Shannon Gabriel and Miguel Cummins and even Jason Holder, but slowly got over it. And then, as you know, Younis Khan, you know how he actually plays his strokes. He started beautifully playing, and there was a phase of play when Devendra Bishu, the spinner, was really given a bit of tonking by both Younis Khan at the other end. Misbah ul Haq was also doing the same, and Misbah ul Haq was the one who took the maximum runs out of Devendra Bishu and to push him out of the attack, and Younis Khan also followed him, and suddenly this partnership was really blossoming beautifully as from 129 for 3 it was a very big partnership that happened between these two very superb batsmen, Younis Khan and Misbah ul Haq, as they actually put on 175 runs partnership for the fourth wicket to take Pakistan to 304. And Younis Khan actually went on to get to his 33rd test done. And as I said, he was the man who was really missing in that day-night test match. Younis Khan was doing well. Misbah ul Haq also was not allowing Bishu to really settle down as he was coming down the track and really lofting him beautifully. As Younis Khan, Misbah ul Haq was doing this partnership, and we saw that Younis Khan, when he reached 127 with 10 fours and 1 6, it was Brathwaite who actually picked up Younis Khan's wicket when he caught by Ralston Chase for 127. What an innings from Younis Khan. And Misbah ul Haq was left not out on 90, and it was in fact because of the light being a bit bad at Abu Dhabi, play was called off, in the sense it was stumps on day one, and Misbah ul Haq will definitely be looking forward to a century tomorrow, no doubt about it. But I thought Pakistan did well, 304 for 4, and it was a real toil. But let me tell you, the pick of the bowlers by any sense of imagination would be Shannon Gabriel. 14 overs, 1 maiden, 43 runs on 2 wickets. As I said, he not only bowled well with the new ball, even with the old ball, he started showing the ability to actually reverse swing the ball, and that is a great trait in a bowler, according to me. And Gabriel definitely was the pick of the bowlers today. Cummins also not far behind, 15 overs, 1 maiden, none for 43. Jason Holder, 14 overs, 4 maidens, none for 31. Bishu, 20 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 92, was not able to get a handle when Misbah and Younis Khan were at the crease. Ralston Chase was a bit costly, 20 overs for 53. Brathwaite, 9 overs, no maiden, 1 for 36. So that was the stump situation. Stumps on day one, Pakistan 304 for 4 against the West Indies at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium here in Abu Dhabi. Well, dear fans and subscribers, there's not much to really dwell on. One thing that I could really say while I'm out here before I bid you good night is to say that, as you know, India and England are going to be playing in a test series after England would return from Bangladesh, and they would be going and playing 4 test matches against India and India. And as you know, India have always been a team or a country which has always been actually defying the DRS, the decision review system, which actually you know about the decision review system, but it seems that ICC has presented something here, and finally the Indians have accepted it, and that is good news. So we are going to definitely see DRS, but one thing that it has been told is that it's going to be done on a trial basis. It's not fully accepted, it's on a trial basis. So that is something that I wanted to share with you, dear fans and subscribers. Hope you all enjoyed this broadcast of mine. Would be more to come tomorrow when I see you all on my next cricket broadcast on Saturday. Till such time that happens, this is your host Ram signing off this evening. Thank you.